பண்றேன். Hello everyone, welcome to another live review of the Premier League week. Game week 4, we have Charlie from Liverpool. Very brave of him to show up after whatever happened with Forrest. And Klasa, who's making a comeback to the stream. Is it your first stream this season?
No, not first.
No.
First after a while because I was away.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was,
First after an enlightening trip to the Himalayas and purifying his soul.
purifying my soul, escaping two back-to-back bad results somehow without watching.
Yeah,
And back,
you showed up after United won 7-0 basically.
No, I am showing up whenever I watch games. United is winning nowadays, so I think I should stop taking any trips to Himalayas.
And of course, we have Naveen debut on the show, another Man United fan. Nice to have you, man.
Bro,
Thank you so much.
the number of Man United fans in this podcast is actually exceeding the number of prime ministers the UK have actually had in the last 5 years. I mean, come on, man. Yeah, this needs to stop. Yeah.
I mean,
Class off.
I'm not going to do much talking here because my team is doing the talking on the pitch for the party.
Give me a mic down.
Yeah.
I need to drop it.
Something was dropped. Yeah.
I mean, similar to Rashford, we all are gaining confidence.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of Rashford, the guy doesn't leave it like quiet when some hungry kid is suffering or stuff and he hits a goal almost the next game week. I mean, how does he do that every time?
Yeah, let's not deviate. First, let's talk about.
Don't get cancelled.
Let's talk about the big result of the week.
Yep. Which is it?
Which is
so let's
the
go by
history. We have to go to history because none of us have even seen this happen. So it's been 55 years in the making, and we needed a new Arne Slot to come and break all history records here. To lose at Anfield to Forest after 55 years. Yeah, some expertise is needed, and as football fans, as fans with no bias whatsoever, that is including me, I am still waiting for Arne Slot to tell his tactics as to how to beat Forest, to how he lost to Forest now.
Okay. Even like I would like to start by saying that even elephants lose their footings now and then, Mr. Casemiro. So, like,
elephant. The title elephant is only reserved for Arsenal. Okay, which sits on top of the tree without knowing how it has gone. Okay, you cannot take their name as well.
It's the same story every season.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, Charlie, see, on a serious note, you got on the stream last week. You waxed lyricals about Arne Slot and how we have spoken at length about how Arne Slot is following the Klopp template, which is really good, and the results have actually shown the progress and whatnot. And all of a sudden, it feels like it came out of nowhere. So, and to a team like Forest, right? So you don't know like what happened. Was it just a bad day at the office?
No, wait, okay. So speaking on serious notes, so last season or before the season, we had just beaten Man United 7-0, and we had just lost to Bournemouth 1-0 the next game week itself, and we had just thumped some other team like Crystal Palace or some mid-table team that I don't remember. It must be Wolverhampton. So we just beat them 3-0. So that 1-0 to Bournemouth and this 1-0 loss to Nottingham Forest, the two at Anfield, that are fortress, like, it pretty much summarizes what Liverpool Football Club has been for the last 4 to 5 years. It came as no surprise to me. And it seems that for the first 3 game weeks, to be honest, Arne Slot wasn't that much challenged. With Ipswich, Brentford, and Manchester United, of course, he really wasn't challenged that much. But the Nottingham Forest low block by Nuno Espirito Santo, which was eerily similar to the low block that he used to implement at Wolverhampton Wanderers for several seasons, with which they thrived and came above the top 10 teams in the Premier League over 4 to 5 years and even qualified for the Europa League once. I wasn't surprised after 60 to 70 minutes. I wasn't surprised that we were going to lose nothing for us once that goal from Callum Hudson-Odoi went. So Arne Slot pretty much still doesn't know or still hasn't taught Liverpool how to beat low block. according to his team, because Espirito Santo implemented a classic version of the Mourinho level low block or the Mourinho level mark the best system. So yeah, Arne Slot has to learn a lot with this Liverpool team and not just like play blitzkrieg football against all the teams that he picks against. But he has to like adapt to whatever lineup he throws up against many of the teams and learn to break low blocks, which was a very very important lesson which he learned against Nottingham Forest. So yeah, a
Wow,
bad day at the
actually analysis. Like you are very rational about the whole situation. I was expecting
yeah.
an emotional outburst.
No. We have to be pretty logical about it, right? To be honest, we saw this loss coming sooner or later. Okay, someone was going to beat Arne Slot. Like he was going like full throttle with this Liverpool team beating 2-0, 2-0, 3-0 against all the other teams, and this defeat has had to come sooner or later. So to be honest, I wasn't surprised. So just a bad day at the office, and as I said before, even elephants lose footing now or then, and we have come back stronger. To be honest, we just beat Milan at their own backyard, and then we just created 22 chances in the whole game, where Milan just created 3 chances. Literally, Ruben Loftus-Cheek was put to bed by our Hungarian like bulldog Dominic Szoboszlai. So, for example's sake, so I'm really proud of our performance in the Champions League last night, which like it was a blitzkrieg start to the Champions League this season because of the new format too. So yeah.
All
Do you
right,
think
let me not talk too much about Champions League when you have two United fans in the stream. So for now,
I mean, oh, you're talking about Champions League to Liverpool. Come on, mate. Come on. If it's one thing that we can flex up above the world, it's Champions League titles that we got.
dude, I
Come on.
meant don't talk it in front of the United fans.
Who? I mean, yeah.
See, 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 Chris, you are having an Arsenal background and you're talking about
about
Champions League.
Champions
Champions
Okay,
League. Yeah.
don't even come into European discussion. Okay, at least change the background and come.
Okay, in my defense, I kept it. When Arsenal won 2 games in a row, I thought they were actually going to challenge for the title. Now I don't know how to remove it. I was to remove Arsenal representative from my name. I knew how to fix that. I fixed it. This is just. If anybody watching who knows how to get this sorted, please DM us. I don't want to be associated with Arsenal.
I mean,
Right?
I, I mean, I mean, I mean, to be honest, as a football fan, sometimes I can't even figure whether that's Emirates Stadium or Allianz Arena, keeping in mind the red color that Bayern Munich have, and that is how they like their stadium also. Okay, so you better change the picture. And the Arsenal logo is not even visible behind you. Okay, just change it.
he's the Arsenal logo?
Yeah.
I think
Anyway,
time to have the perfect segue to the next topic,
yeah,
North London
Yes,
derby.
London
exactly.
derby. I think I can be a proud Arsenal impersonator again.
Yeah. So, Kriska,
What
what do
I
you think? Yeah,
did
yeah,
you watch
Kriska.
the game? Did you watch the game?
I did watch. I think I watched most of it at least. I don't think Tottenham really posed any kind of challenge to Arsenal at any point of time. And the fact that Declan Rice and Odegaard, both of them were missing, if Spurs could ever pull one over Arsenal in NLD, it was going to be last weekend, and they absolutely failed to do so, which is just you have to feel bad. Like you don't know what's going wrong with Angie. And it feels like he's throwing the kitchen sink at the players in terms of tactics and whatnot, but it doesn't look like anything else is
Do you think, yeah, speaking of Tottenham, do you think Dominic Solanke is he's a good player? There's no doubt about it. But then, do you think he needs some more time to settle in and start putting in goals?
I think, I think so. He took so much time. He never really settled in Liverpool, even when he was at Liverpool.
Yeah.
It took him so many like seasons to even settle at Bournemouth, and after finally settling, he was immediately shipped out. Or of course, let's say Tottenham needed a striker. I think he'll still come good. He seems to go to good places. Even in the North London derby, when I think Son or someone set him up with a really good press, and he took far too many touches before even taking a shot. Like if he had shot immediately, the goal was there for the taking. It was not as if Spurs was completely toothless. Like they didn't create the amount of chances that I expected them to create, playing such a high line. Arsenal played like a very good game as an away side. Like they allowed Spurs to have the ball, which is unlike Arsenal at Emirates generally, and they were ready to wait for their perfect time to get the goal. And considering that Nicholas Jover, their set piece coach, since he has come in, their set piece percentage has increased
They
from
have the
11,
best in the league.
11% to 26%. Like they scored almost 30 goals through set pieces. I think if I was Nicholas Jover, I would go into Arteta's office and I'll immediately ask for a pay rise at this rate. Like he has converted Arsenal into like a Tony Pulis side right now, which is
Yeah,
very tough to defend. And I won't be surprised if they will bring sunny or a Saturday evening at Emirates very soon, because the way they attack the set pieces, be it Saliba, be it Gabriel, uh, it's increasingly tough. And once they get the lead, it's very tough to
yeah.
score against Arsenal as well, because apparently I also saw another stat. Arsenal is the only team which has not gone into a trailing position in the league till now.
Yeah, yeah.
So they have never trailed in the league till now, which is
And you bring up a really good point, Klasa. So when you think of set pieces, it's long been used by lower table teams as a way to like a neutralizer against beautiful football or
yeah.
superstars lining up. You suddenly pull one back and you park the bus and you get away with a draw. That's how it usually works. We haven't really seen like the big teams use set pieces as one of their primary goal scoring weapons. And when they do that, like you said, once they take a lead, it's pretty much unassailable. And we
Yeah.
are seeing that with Arsenal right now. And set piece aside, credit where due. Did you really expect Arsenal to dominate the game the way it did without arguably two of their best mid players?
They didn't dominate the game. They dominated the game positionally out of the ball, which in itself is another form of domination, which we can say like a Mourinho kind of a domination, because they never looked like they will concede goals in like quickly to Spurs, or Spurs might come back. That never looked like that might happen. So that in itself shows like what a formidable performance it was, because I don't think it was a performance which Wenger would have done, but it's just the
Yes.
new age Arsenal that it is, which is solid, and they don't mind as long as they win. They want to win in style, but if they are not able to win in style, they are ready to take the win anyway, and they are just ready to walk out.
Sounds like a poor man's Real Madrid to me.
Your mindset.
Mhm.
I mean, heading into the North London derby, I personally expected a goal fest, especially with the
Yeah.
style which Ange is making his first play. But then it turned out to be a 1-0 match. And
Yeah, to be honest, in my opinion, it was a no-brainer. To be honest, I was literally betting with my friend how much goals will Arsenal put and how much what are the chances that they'll keep a clean sheet or not. I was betting like minimum a 1-0 or even a 2-0 or a 3-0, keeping in mind the defensive stability and the quality that Saliba and Gabriel have as a centre back duo, similar to which I can see in Van
Best
Dijk and
duo,
Konate.
best duo in PL,
Yeah,
Probably,
easily,
but
top
easily,
uh,
five, top five leagues. Who's
easily.
top
doing?
yeah, easily. Top five leagues easily.
Mm.
I can put Saliba and Gabriel parallel to Van Dijk and Konate when they are their absolute best. So that is how much that I rate Saliba and
Coming
Gabriel
from
to
a
be.
Liverpool fan, that is
Yeah,
really just.
like Van Dijk and Konate are their best at absolutely unbeatable. I mean, forget even Van Dijk, even if he's at his poorest, Konate will somehow complement him. So that is how I see that Arsenal defensive stability, keeping in mind that they conceded the least goals in the Premier League last season. So it was a no-brainer.
Callum Hudson-Odoi says no.
probably by this time next year, we will be bringing in a
I, I,
first
I would have
time.
even accepted if you said Van Dijk and Matip, because they won something. Van Dijk and Konate have not won anything to even bring this claim. Of course, okay, Saliba and Gabriel have also not won, but at least the performance shows. Liverpool finished third last season. Okay, they are not the best team defensively. I
Yeah,
accept
yeah,
Van
yeah.
Dijk is a great defender, but I will not accept Gabriel and Saliba to be put in the same context as Van Dijk and Konate. I will accept if you put Matip in the picture, because they have won a league, they have won CL together to show that. I just feel Van Dijk and Matip won more to kind of substantiate their claim that they were a better centre back than Van Dijk and Konate, at least for now, at least till now.
Yes, yeah, it too. But I was just referring to that to the current scenario. Van Dijk and Matip were a past scenario and a past memory. So yeah, that was that.
Right. All right. Let's move on. United. I'm sure the two United boys are really looking forward. It's
I'll,
been
I'm, just, I'm,
ages.
I'm just gonna drop off. Yeah.
Just like how Liverpool dropped off.
Oh my God, how many? Things like this, would I have to hear your mind?
Okay, see. Before we go into
Yeah, let's set some
the details,
context.
I'm going to make a wild, not assumption, but I'm going to give it a spoiler, like how Paul Heyman says it. It's not anything. Arne Slot will finish below Eric Ten Hag this season. Take this.
Wow.
Okay. Oh, comes from someone who said it's coming home.
Whatever be it. Yeah, this is a spoiler. Okay, this is not a
Okay.
prediction.
This is actually pretty brave. I will hold you to it.
As a
Yeah.
United fan, even I think it's a bit. I mean,
See,
Reckless.
the thing is, see, the fixtures have been like very easy in my opinion. Like for example, look at what Maresca got and look at what Slot got for the first three fixtures. Okay, United away is generally difficult. I saw the game after. Okay, I saw the game like exactly like a week ago to see how it was. And to be very honest, the 3-0, yes, it is bad as a home team to be going to your own backyard and to lose 3-0. But I saw many positives even in that game. So if I have to consider all the games, considering last season, this is a completely different United in my opinion. So I am like actually positive about this season as to how it will turn up because the details are there to see and the transfer window was amazing in my opinion. Like we have covered more or less every
Best
uh,
window
best
Yes.
window in a very
in
long
the
time.
leagues.
Yeah, yeah, probably. I think it's the best window among all the teams, in my opinion, in the Premier League because we have basically addressed everything that we had to address, which we could address in a single transfer window without
And for
getting
the
any
first
PSR
first
sanction.
time in what 5-10 years, you didn't overpay massively for
Exactly.
it.
Overpay.
Yeah, yeah. And I think ever since the Fulham game, and I saw the Brighton highlights as well, which I think was an unfair result to be honest. But yeah, it's just that the amount of shots that Onana has to save this season has been radically reduced right now, which in itself is a positive thing on the defense. We are not getting, except the Liverpool game, where in a few instances we were overrun on midfield. We are not getting overrun because, of course, we are still having Casemiro here, but we have clearly addressed that by bringing in Manuel Ugarte right now, who is still not match fit in my opinion, even though he played the game yesterday in Barnsley's 7-0 victory. I still feel he is not match fit. There are players who are not match fit. Dillett got a man of the match against Southampton, but in my opinion, he still doesn't look match fit. He still was good enough for Southampton, in my opinion. He got overrun by Kyle Walker Peters once alone in that match, which apart from that was a flawless performance by Delict. He capped it off by scoring the goal as well. So all in all, I think purely from an improvement standpoint, um, the amount of chances we are creating, we are only behind Manchester City, and I'm not sure whether it's Arsenal or Liverpool. We are the third best league in the number of chances that we have created. We have missed the most chances that we have created, which in itself is proof that we are creating chances now. Because every other game last season, Hoyland will walk off the pitch, not taking shots at all, or will take only a single shot. But now Xerxes has missed 6 chances. I am not going to pin any blame on Xerxes. Xerxes will ultimately come good, in my opinion. He is looking like a solid player, and you see that he is getting chances to shoot, which in itself is something that we are creating, and the game is quite changed to accommodate all the players. So it's not like we are
yeah.
playing for a player, but there is some structure that is there as well.
Continuing on the same note which Casemiro has left, so it is an amazing transfer window which we had this time. But then my only point of concern was the attacking options which we brought in. It was Zirkzee alone. But then we have some amazing talent at our disposal. Let's say Ahmad is turning out good. Garnacho, of course, except barring Anthony. I guess he might also come
I
in good.
know.
Yeah, I mean, like
Anthony
I'm
scored
talking
a
about
worldie
the
yesterday. Anthony
yeah.
scored a worldie yesterday.
It was a penalty. But then, yeah, talking about it, the front three, the wingers and the strikers, they aren't much experience. And Rashford, who needs to step up, I am a, I have been a huge doubter of Rashford, especially over the last 2 seasons. But if we are to talk about something about the momentum which is going to change, yesterday's performance from Rashford could be the driving force behind the scene. I mean, if at all more than the 7-0 scoreline, one important thing which I loved about the game is Rashford gaining his confidence back. That's what all United fans wanted. I mean, he's a
Rashford
talented
has
guy.
gained and lost his confidence about 230 times in the last 10
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, I mean, but then I saw something different. I mean, it's of course
But,
Barnsley.
I
It's
mean,
not a Premier League club.
Rashford has fed more hungry kids than he has had minutes on the pitch of late. To be honest, yeah. And I'm just seeing,
Which, to be fair, is a really nice thing to do, by the way.
it's a really nice thing, but it's a banter on for him on pitch. So yeah.
See, the thing is, uh, you don't associate professional performances with United for a very long time since Ferguson retired. And this week alone, I can clearly say the players earned their wages. It was a very professional performance, both games, Southampton and Barnsley. Southampton dominated us for an initial 20-minute period, which the media is clearly ready to point out. They are not ready to point out the remaining 70 odd minutes, which United dominated without even allowing Southampton a single shot on target. So it's again how media brews stories. Uh, Ultimately, after the 20-minute onslaught that Southampton had, they didn't do anything on the pitch, be it in the PL game. And
A team can,
I mean, see,
do that onslaught but still not score.
yeah,
You have something going on here. I
yeah.
mean, I'll come off like a Madrid fan the way I keep quoting them, but
Mhm.
that's what Madrid does every game. Even last night against Stuttgart, they look super uncomfortable, but in the end, they just
yeah, yes,
stuck around
yeah.
long enough to
Some
grind
map,
out.
some
They stuck around and the Bobby Charlton fans scored. Look,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
that's a true
Remember that
world.
video?
Yeah, like every Madrid fan loved that goal except for Mbappe, but that's for another
I
day.
mean, for the number of penalties they're getting week in week out, they shouldn't be just boasting like that. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, like Southampton weren't even that good before facing United. Let's be honest here. They were losing. They lost 3-1 against Brentford and they lost 1-0 against Newcastle. And they just bet Nottingham Forest 1-0 and they were just coming without any confidence or without any high power. Like facing Manchester United, and Manchester United were just like fresh from like losing 3-0 to us. So they were bound to win like in the goal margin of 2 or 3, which I was really not surprised given that Southampton is Southampton and the southern coastal city and like have only Adam Armstrong to boast about in their striker option. So yeah, it was also a no-brainer, like how Arsenal beat Tottenham. But this 7-0 Barnsley, that even though it's Barnsley, okay, it's a League One team who are like teetering like mid of the League One table. Yeah, to be honest, I think it's really commending performance and it gives the players a little confidence boost. And huge shout out to Vimal Yoganathan, who is a South Indian who just played 45 minutes for Barnsley. And yeah, many more South Indians to come. And South
I'm
Indian.
not sure if South. I'm not sure if it is South
Indian.
Indian, South Asian. Uh,
Yeah, he is South Indian because he's from
he's
Hyderabad.
South Indian. Ah, okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
he's
Okay.
from Hyderabad. So many more South Indians and Indians to come in the English League One and Championship. Sorry, English top tier, not just in Championship and Tier One. So kudos to Vimal. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope Sky Sports does not ruin it. They called him Yoga Nathan.
Yeah.
Every
I
Yoga
mean,
Nathan.
That sounds like your typical England.
yeah,
Take it, take it your own.
see, it's just like water, not water. So
Yeah.
it's simple as
That's
that.
how I call it. It's water.
Yeah, water.
Yeah. All right, gents.
Yeah.
Asa, take it away.
Yeah. Rest of the games. What to say? Let's start with Chelsea and the Judas from United, the lazy fucker who left United. Sancho going to
I
Bournemouth
mean,
and
but the captain was
I-
happy for him ultimately.
yeah, our captain was happy, but he's
All
like
right,
they're
let's
friends
cut
of the
to the
pitch.
chase. I don't
Yeah.
want to focus on the game. We have
Mm.
two United fans. What do you
Mm.
feel about it? Like 10, 15 years back, the captain would have been, stripped down for what he did. A
No,
player
this
who,
is not. There's nothing wrong. They are friends off the pitch. You
Hmm.
don't have, like, see, 10, 15 years ago, you didn't have social media. Do you really think Roy Keane wouldn't comment with. Roy Keane had a documentary with Haaland's father, if I'm not wrong. So I just feel like we are just blowing it out of proportion. What happens on the pitch should stay on the pitch. Like, if Bruno did this on the pitch, I would say something, but off the pitch, I think Bruno is one of the best representative of what anything good that is happening at United. So I'll be the last person to blame Bruno here. So he like out of the pitch, you don't know what Sancho had, be it physically, mentally. So I have nothing against him, but on the pitch, he was a lazy fucker who did nothing for United, who didn't earn his 300k wages. So good riddance. Don't come back to Manchester. Stay in London where you are with your mates and show your true colors next game. That's it.
Wow, that was banger. That was a banger, seriously. Okay, Klasa,
They're
what an
glad
ending!
you get a professional class.
Seriously,
I
Huh?
was no bias whatsoever.
what an ending!
There
What
no
an ending!
no bias. See, I am pretty sure. See, there is a very good quote, right? Why do you have to go and argue when all you have to do is wait? I'm going to play the waiting game. We all know what Sancho is going to do. Okay, as United fans who have genuinely seen him. See, if you go to my Instagram history 5 years ago, I went to Hertha Berlin game just to watch Sancho play, so that when he comes to United, I know what to expect. There's an Instagram story which says scouting
What
Sancho.
is
Okay, so I am the last person who you can come here and blame that I have not supported Sancho. But anyone who disrespects a United manager, be it the best United manager, be it the worst United manager, you don't deserve to wear the shirt.
fair
Very
enough?
simple.
And
You have
it's
to
not
leave.
like you're new to the waiting game or anything.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
been doing that with Champions League or top table finishes for a few years now. I'm sure you're used to waiting.
Yeah. See, I know what will happen. Okay, with 50 players, with almost half a billion squad that they have, half a billion players and half a billion spent that they have spent on the squad. Sancho is not going to get any near to the starting lineup or shine in the league. Okay, he has just shown that he can walk away whenever he wants. He's a quitter by the very looks
I
of
mean,
it. So
the same happened with Dortmund. He went on a loan, he put on some good performances, but then ultimately they did not want him back.
Sizzle.
So
Yeah, that's a good
that
point.
speaks volumes of
So,
yeah.
how much of
I mean,
But
so
I think it's a good thing that Chelsea won because it takes some pressure off Maresca. I would like to see more of what Maresca does before he gets sacked by November. At least get something. So, uh, but yeah, Civil War is an altogether different story for which we would need more folks from Chelsea to contribute. But yeah, genuinely,
so
like we do need good results for the Big Six club. Ultimately, you cannot have
I mean,
every every club losing all the time. At least the banter clubs won for 1 week, Chelsea and United together.
going like literally going by the run that Klase just went on, more than the promise that he made that Eric Ten Hag will finish above Arne Slot, it's like it seems that whether Klase will find out whether Sancho will eat grass or whether he will make eat everyone's words.
Yeah,
So
it's Sancho versus Klasa
yeah,
actually.
Sancho versus
Who
Klase at
wins
this
the
moment.
class
Yeah,
by the end of the season?
exactly.
We all know how it is going to go. Okay, so I'll wait.
Let's wait and watch. Thank you, gents. Thank you
Yeah,
for taking the time to tune in. We'll catch up again. We have the Champions League fixtures going as we have this stream as well. Thank you. Take
thank
Thank
care.
you.
you.
thank you
Take
guys.
care. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.